Everybody, Message here with episode 6 of BeamNG Drive. Career mode, finally back. Hardcore edition, of course. Finally back with this stuff. Been a lot going on with life and everything. I'll have another detailed video kind of going through everything about that. But anyways, we still need to get to the money. And I did update some stuff. There's some new stuff going on with RLS and everything like that. But I mean, I'm still at the early stages with this one. So going to be a little bit of work to get that kind of going. Anyway, it looks like it's intense fog coming in. Just got the weather on. We got time of day on since we have an actual place here to be. Figured we still need to kind of struggle to push for some money. I got annoyed. I was just sitting here, and the game was not paused. It was just running, and it decided that just because I'm sitting here to pay for my insurance, and I thought it was distance based originally, but I guess now it's time based. Which I mean, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. But anyway, we can still do some of this stuff. So we're gonna try to do this to get some more money up. I do want to look into getting me a cheaper vehicle. Go ahead and try to build it up. This car is not too bad, but naturally it's going to be heavier, kind of slow. Can't do much to the motor without actually changing the motor. So we're going to go ahead and try to take a look at buying something. But at least for the start here, we're going to go ahead and try this. Again, as a little bit of a reminder, because it has been a little while. We can see our rewards there on the left side, and we're really going to get half of that. So not quite as much as we could anticipate, but I think they'll still be all right. So as is. Just a little bit of a spin there, more than I was anticipating. I've been away from Beam for a little bit, so my driving skills are not quite as good. I'm trying to refresh a little bit here. A little bit of sliding out of the rear end there. I don't think that's not necessarily good. We could have definitely held more speed there. A little bit's okay. That helps us to kind of corner. Try and keep the wheels down at least to that first one. There we go. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay. So let's see. We got here. Yes, click on this, and this will tell us, and then we divide that by 2. So 2865 total. It's actually half of that, so we got 1,400 credits basically. Okay, perfect. We got low dynamics unlocked, so that's another good deal right there. Where are we at right now for money? We're at 1,615, which is not bad. Plus, we can get another 50 credits right here, so that's half as well. And let's go ahead and take a look into buying the other vehicle. So I noticed this has changed a little bit in the vehicle marketplace, so it's a little bit easier for me to figure out. So we just go like this, can afford, and then should filter there, like that. Maybe not quite like that. It's a little bit broken, I think, because I can't really move that. Let's do it like that. 0 to 2,000, perfect. So we can do it that way. So we can see also some leveling that we can do here as we buy stuff from different places. But that's okay, because right now we're kind of looking here to see. We got 6 vehicles. That's it. So I was kind of looking at the ETK because as it is, you get that all-wheel drive, and that thing does very well. K series, so it's only a 2-door, not a 4-door like this guy would be. You know, here's the Blue Brook, which is what we got. Don't need something like that. And Covet's only 500 credits though. And it's kind of hard to say, because, I mean, we just spend a little bit more if we go with the ETK over here, but let's see, 3,200 pounds at 135 horsepower. And this is 106 at 2,200 pounds, a little bit lighter, but I was kind of thinking about something that I can go and take to the racetrack and do laps with. So maybe we'll have to do this. So taking a taxi would be quite expensive that way. Let's go ahead and set route. I can see where I gotta go. It's gonna take a few moments. Unless I can use... Nope. Okay, not broken. Good. So it looks like, yeah, okay, all the way over there. This car would end up being left behind if I go a little bit fast, so... Let's see. I don't remember how I'm doing this again. Like, forgot how to call the taxi. You know what, let's go for it. Let's just go for it. So it wants us to go that way. I'm going this way. Just gonna watch for them to kind of go out over the hill like that. Going a little bit quick. It's supposed to be 30 here. Still missing that mod for being able to see the speed limits and stuff, but it had been removed completely, so it was broken and completely removed. It kind of stinks because it makes it a little bit harder to know if I'm going to be speeding or not until I actually get a speeding ticket. I kind of have to cruise around 35 or so. I think will be okay. We'll see if we get into a chase. I know I'm running. Even with this thing, I feel confident that I'll be able to do it. I did do it just a little bit ago. And then the insurance came out and took the rest of the money, so... So speed limit signs there on the sides of the road are not accurate at all. Never seen that before. Guess it's a new deal. Of course, the beautiful only one headlight, as is custom with the beaters here. Total of 2,200. I need daily driver insurance. I thought I had insurance because of the other car. Hey, if I were to do that, I wouldn't really want to do that. What? That makes no sense. Don't I have insurance? Do I need to pay per vehicle now? I'm so lost and confused right now, I gotta be honest. Okay, well I guess we're not doing that quite yet because it's way more expensive than what it should be. It's about hitting that there. Just trying to get the car parked off to the side. Let's go ahead and run some more missions. Maybe we can still buy it, you know, but just gotta run some more stuff, so... 8 p.m. I don't know why I always do it this way. It's a little bit more of a... deal. It's okay. We'll go to load dynamics, so now we gotta have some planks in, and we basically run a similar course, and drive the truck around, so get to try out some of these as well. I start the truck, of course. A little bit of an extra slide there, nothing too crazy, thankfully. We're kind of hanging in here pretty decently right now. Gonna bottom it out completely because it's not supposed to take this kind of weight. There we go. Give us a time goal of 1 minute 55. Did it in 1:18. Not too bad that way, of course. We get half of what they say we got there, so 49.15 divided by 2, which is still pretty good money. This actually doesn't seem too bad to be chipping at right here. Of course, we unlock the next one. Vouchers don't count for us right now, so. Where am I at now? I'm at 32.90. Car is gone, of course, but we can still look at some other ones. Let's kind of. Yeah, so we got 100 extra credits for Commercial Star Collector. Part of this whole deal. Instruction delivery. So now we actually get to go down the road and take this same old load that we just had down to where we gotta go, wherever it tells us to go. And so we got to start up the motor. We got ourselves some nice, lovely fog happening already. And I'm going to ignore that. Oh, that went the wrong way, though. There's no out here, so let's just retry. There was an idea I had. I completely messed up. Restart. I think I will actually take the tunnel. I was thinking about going down the racetrack over through the drag area and cutting out by the commercial kind of side of things over in there. I think we'll go this way because I can go straight across the little cut right here. Just gotta go this way. I think that little cut will save us just enough time right there as well, so. See if we can even get to like 80 maybe. We'll see here. Did manage. Still in third gear. Kind of hold it into third gear here just to get the speed up. little bit too aggressively there. Just a little bit of damage. Just a little bit. Surprised that tire's not blown there. Minutes 24, so we still had about 10 seconds spare. Not too bad, so we'll get that all over. Maybe it's then. And see that we got 78.90 divided by 2. That's starting to get pretty good on the money part right here. I mean, if it was actually that much, it'd be great, but even just half of that is quite good right now. So, I'll take it. I'll take it gladly. We're gonna actually have anything semi-decent in here. Let's kind of take a look and see what's up in here. Two purchases to next level. What does that get? You know, that's kind of my curiosity. What does that actually get me, though? Salvage title, yeah. It'd be a little bit of fun. Sunburst Disaster on Wheels. I mean, those are pretty decent, but it's 407,000 miles front-wheel drive. It doesn't tell me if it's auto or manual, though. And that's the big thing, is if it's automatic with them miles, it's bad. Really, really bad. Miramar. Now that could be a decent deal because usually the parts are cheaper. I'm not saying they aren't cheap, but they're cheaper. And then it's a very light car as well. I mean, surprisingly though, it weighs more. It does have a mattress, but that still should only be like 40, 50 pounds. But it weighs more than a Corvette does. Need free inventory slots. That's the other thing. That's right. Yeah, I gotta get more free inventory slots, so... Man, I don't know how much that's gonna cost either to do that. I completely forgot. I thought I had a free slot because I bought that garage, but it's kind of all wrong on that. Let's go head back on over that way. Towards Chinatown. Take a look at that little expansion across the street and see what that is. It's probably gonna be a little pricey, but give it a shot. Yeah, the weather mod really does add a good bit of freshness here. I'm just going to pretend that's my green light. Pay attention, won't run into anything, right? It's about to run into the back of that roamer there. That would that'd be interesting. And full throttle up that hill, that's all I could get. This car just lacks so much power. Actually, so I gotta go across the street here to the other one. Just to see how much it is, and we'll keep pushing on through some of the stuff to see if I can get any goodies that way. Get enough money, get that up and going. I'll put us right back in. How much? 50,000? Okay, that I think we can do. Hop back into the car here. And we're going to go ahead and just park quick. Perfect. All right, let's see. Don't need to do it that way. That's right. We have another one here for 150 more credits as well, so that's good. Nimble Navigator is supposed to give us 46, so 3,000 credits right there just for doing this one. That's going to be pretty decent. So I gotta turn this on. Probably in sport. Yes. Perfect. 1 minute, 7 seconds, so did not get all stars. Oh my gosh. I think it's this 9290 though divided by 2. Wow, that's a lot more than I was expecting. Now, why did it get so much? Let's retry that, because I gotta shave like 5 seconds off somehow. Somehow or another, yeah. Okay. 4655. I think we'll call it at that, though. I think that's about what we're gonna get. Is that counting like the total we made so far? I'm so confused. There's no way radio could that. I'm confused. Is something broken? I mean, things are broken. There's always something broken. Well, let's just give me. Okay, that just reads different than how I'm used to it doing, so. Okay, I was very curious about that. I was like, holy cow, I'm making lots of money. No. It's counting it differently now than it used to, so. Just some things to get used to and stuff like that. So now we've actually got a load with us too. barely stopping in time there. Barely making it into time as well. Looks like, wow, 0.15 seconds. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. Okay, let's see. What do we get for rewards? We earned 7,500, but now it's showing us our total amount of money that we actually have. We're up to 15,000. It looks like so. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. I mean, I could just start doing something with this car, honestly, and I probably should. Like I said, so that we can go and race around the track. Commercial Star Collector gives us another 200, by the way. Yeah, I think that's probably what I should be doing just to kind of work up some money here, but I don't know for sure if that's what I want to do, you know? A little bit confused there for a second. There we go. Horizon Delivery. So 2,500, 2,000, 3,500 credits. So I mean, this is panning out to be pretty decent. Again, we're only getting half of what's showing there, so 3,000, 1,500, or stuff like that. So you can get 4,500 credits for doing this, but that's 4,500 credits. Have some lights on. Traction control is just a working way there. Definitely a really good shortcut to pull right there. I think the times for this car in this whole section are a little bit too quick. Charlie back there moving around. It was very unhappy with that. Wasn't gonna make that. I mean, I had some extra spare time. So this one I feel like it's fine. The last two were a little bit too tight to try to get there. Yeah. What did we get for a total? $2,665 is what it says. I'm curious if it's counting it right or wrong too. Yeah, it's not counting it correctly. It gave us all 9 in that count, but it's actually 16, so can't trust that either. Definitely some things that could use a little bit of improvement there, but the functions that are needed are working, so that's what really matters there. So you got 16,000. I guess let's take a look and see what we can do to the car. I mean, big thing would be motor. Give it some more go juice and maybe a little bit of traction. A little less boatiness too. See if we can do a little bit more to help that out. So if I can get this to go around the racetrack, I can run laps and laps and make some money that way. There we go. Yeah, I'm like 6 right now, right there, like that. I wonder about, and again, I've dealt with this before. I think that's what we want to do right there, but holy guacamole. So that adds some stuff, man. Wow. The street stage, okay, all the blocks are the same price. So basically, we're going to want to set this up as we want it right now. Probably go for performance stage 2. We do want to do heavy duty mounts for sure with that. Exhaust pipes. Stock be okay. Headers are fine as they are. Intake. Let's do a stock variable boost. That'll give us plenty enough power that way. I mean, we'll be overpowered for sure, but let's switch it to a twin turbo. We're kind of pushing really close, and now we've got this much plus. It came right there. One with that, so flywheel. Lightning flywheel, we'll be able to squeeze. Yeah, we'll be able to squeeze. I know we'll be kind of in the negative, but I think running some laps is where we'll be able to go with that here. Maybe even I should get a loan to do some stuff with the suspension here. And the brakes and stuff, because these are not going to hold up to what I'm putting in here by any means at all. So, I mean, there's a lot more work that's going to have to be done to make this reasonable. $16,830. Ooh, man. Okay, I think we'll run with what we got. We'll have to take off the hood, I'm thinking. So we just noticed that. Turbochargers are kind of hanging out there. Yeah, I mean, that's going to have to be... Just remove it. Why not? A little more airflow for motor and everything, right? I'll comp that. Just go with it. Okay. And if I make a mistake, I'm making a mistake. Oof. So a steeper rate every 2 hour, well, 2 hour loan. Or does it go every 2 hours making a payment? I want to say it's going to be every 2 hours. This is going to be risky. We're going to grab 10,000 so we can make the car do something here. 24 payments. We're gonna just do it. We're gonna run the car on the track. We're gonna see how this goes. That whole deal. Need front and rear suspension and radiator support. We're gonna need a high performance, or maybe with a regular high performance. I think we're okay. I also would like to get aftermarket LED headlight on the left. We'll kind of leave it a little bit goofy looking, but I think it'll be okay. And a racing rear bumper and a race rear bumper. I'm curious about that. Of course, we don't have a rear bumper. Really like nothing is to it. Custom bumper. We'll leave it without. A little bit of weight reduction that way. Drum brakes. New racing drum brakes. I think we'll be okay with that. And semi-racing pads. Of course, we have to do that. Rear differential. Do a regular limited slip. I think that'll be okay enough. I had a 308. We'll leave that. I think that'll be okay. Do they have anything shocks to change their like sport, so to speak. Oh yeah, sport rear springs. We can do that. Help lower it a little bit. Help out that. I almost feel like doing that. Heavy duty. You're gonna have a lot of sliding in the rear though. See what we can do while keeping these rims on here. I mean, 888RRs should do fairly good enough. Even though they're going to be narrow here, 175. 50 on the profile height. I think we're going to go with the 65. 60. Let's do a 60. I think that'll be perfect. Okay, good. So now we just got to do the front suspension that same way. I think the regular front sway bar, a little bit more movement in the front end should help with steering. It's kind of a different deal. You have the shocks, you know, you use the springs, that's right. Those are going to sport. And front rim brakes, you can go with some racing front disc brakes. That should be a little better. Some racing. Then let's see, our DLCS. All the way down to the 888RR. Perfect. 75 and 60 it was. Okay. Yeah, okay. We'll make sure we have the same, because it could, like, look the same to me. That's just because the rear end is sitting so much lower. He's going to get him, alright. In the rain and everything. These are going to be fun because I don't think they're going to do great in the rain, but we'll see how the tires handle. Okay. I think really that's going to be about it for that. Is the front bumper have anything? Because that's what I'm curious about, is if I can get anything that'll give me a little bit of a front end downforce. Let me quickly on the rear too, but custom? It doesn't really look too different, no. Racing? That might give me an option for something here. No? No? Okay. We're just gonna have to leave that, but we can go and find the trunk real quick. Doesn't really look like I can even put anything on there. I was thinking it would be able to. I don't really play with these types of cars as much, so yeah, that would be definitely what's going on there. Yeah, I like that. I think we're okay. Automatic column shifter or 3-speed manual. Yeah, that's not going to be. So there, see, it already took a payment out, so it's going to be going pretty quickly. Go ahead and grab that. We gotta hop on in and let's see. This thing's probably not going to sound right either. Yeah, it does that weird stereoized thing with it sometimes, so. Let's go ahead and pop out, and I'm gonna. I thought I was gonna have game pause, but yeah, we'll have to fix something with the exhaust here. Muffler, exhaust, all that. Okay, we'll just take it all out. Let's see. My parts, inventory, sell, all parts. Apparently we have like 900,000 miles on this vehicle. Holy cow. I never knew that. I guess there's a little bit of something back in the pocket though to kind of help buff what we have here. Let's see. If we were to go in here. Can I see that on the sketch? Let's just zoom in. 00203. So there's no way to know it was 900 exactly. It has a lot of miles. It's back to about 76, 75 degrees. Field of view, that's where I like to run it. It's still going to be stereoized effect. So that's basically the... some reason they decided 2 outputs. Oh yeah. Big change. Not even really going full throttle. I promise I'm not. It was a red light for me, but no ABS. I don't think there was an option to get it though. Uh-oh. Unintentional drift machine too. I don't have that steering angle that I would need. Hard to see traffic up here. We've got 2. Engine stalled. To try and lose them here, but hopefully we get a good chunk of money out of it. Got a little bit of damage, but nothing too extreme. Yeah, this thing moves pretty good though. Should be losing them pretty soon here. Having another payment though. There we go, 24.45. So that's a decent enough little chunk. Fog will clear, but rain is on the way. Oh boy. Second gear coming to a stop and it just dies out, so gotta be careful with that. Glad to know I at least have a horn. Come on. Probably gonna end up getting another chase for that, though. Use my blinker even though it doesn't do anything right now. But no rear lights. What do we have here? This one, I think, yeah, we did Money Runner. Oh, I couldn't remember. It's obviously been a little bit. At least try to get a lap here. Something saved or not sure. Should take this down the drag strip too. No. Let him take a look at this thing and go, okay. Yeah, I hardly even have to give it any throttle, and it's going. I wonder how the drag strip handles with the rain, if it's something that's even implemented that way or not. Seems pretty sticky right now. I can't see anything because of the sun there, but I honestly don't even know if it's gonna. Yeah, we got a little bit of power. Yeah, the tires sliding after we got off the sticky part there. 1,208, 950, and 991. So this is a 10-second car now. It's in the rain here. Which I don't know if it really affects the traction for the drag strip segment, but here's back in a nice 35 miles an hour. I forgot this engine doesn't have engine thermals, so we didn't need to worry about a radiator at all. Could honestly remove it for weight reduction. It's kind of a cheaty thing that it's here, but it's here, so how are we on money? 63.56 yet, so I mean, we're fine. We'll be able to pay our loan off pretty decently, I think. I don't know what happened. My throttle's not working right now. It's stuck like that. That would be a realistic issue. Yeah, my throttle is stuck. Like, not my controller or anything like that, but like in-game. Something weird happening there. What, has anything broken? I mean, lots of things are So speak broken, but nothing. A couple of depth images are fucking out, but I don't see any reason for there to be that. I'm just not touching anything, and but I can't even use throttle. This is weird. That's really strange. I do not even remotely understand this. I mean, it's not like I can't drive it, but this is really being weird. Guess I'm gonna have to head back to Chinatown here and maybe even perform a repair? I'm not so sure, but there is no throttle for me right now. I'm hitting the throttle and nothing happens. Unless my controller, for some reason, broke, but I would hope that wouldn't be the case. I think what I'll do, shut her off, and we'll idle on down here while we're idling down. I'm using the keyboard now. I turned off the controller. Let's see. Pull this off. That's not the controller either. That's really strange. This controller kind of connects back up here. I have never seen such strangeness before. I mean, I've seen high idle, but, you know, in real life, but, like, nothing where the car's, like, saying, oh, I don't want to have any throttle response, though, because usually the throttle's at least there. There's nothing. It keeps going to the exact same spot, waiting for this light. I guess we'll go back to Chinatown and see if repair does something. Otherwise, maybe just having to restart the game, even though we're pretty much at the end of the episode. I mean, we're almost there. I don't even know what to think, to be honest. It's strange, the camera's centering thing is also being goofy. Oh geez, am I gonna make it? Might have to go reverse just because it's higher gear. Money Grab Bank has taken another payment. See if that'll work, maybe. I might not make it to Chinatown. Yeah, let's head over to the diner here. That's kind of a interesting one to have to deal with here. So Guys, I do think that's going to be it for today. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button. If you want to see more BeamNG content, go ahead and subscribe. I'll hopefully be getting back to doing some more regular content as things are out here at home life. Again, I'm going to have another video that kind of go over everything, but yeah, that's it for today. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.